Hey everybody, this is Brandy with Smoky Mountain Stamping. We're going to be making some holiday treats tonight. I'm going to hang out here for just a few minutes while hopefully this shows up in some feeds and people hop on. When you get on here, please say hello. If you're catching this on replay, let me know that you're watching on replay. And yeah, so we're going to make some holiday treats tonight. I have some cute, quick little projects to show you, and I hope that they'll be fun. I also have one of our kits to show you, and I thought you might want to see how fast and easy some of our kits go together. Stampin' Up has this new kit collection, and they're just so easy to do. The kits are all inclusive, so that means everything that you need to create the projects are in the kit. Stamps, ink, paper, adhesive, embellishments, directions, everything you need are there. It's in the box. So hopefully you will get to see one of them. And I've got the easiest kit of all, and it's really my favorite one. It's beautiful. Actually, no stamping involved. You can always add stamping to it, but this kit actually has no stamping. You just put the cards together and you've got handmade cards. So it's pretty cool. Hey Brenda, good to see you on here. Thanks for jumping in and watching. Oh my goodness. So I just got back from Charleston. I was supposed to do Facebook Live last night, and we were going to be back in time, and actually we probably were back in time, but we got stuck in some traffic, and I was just tired. So I didn't want to just be on here and just be totally wiped out, except I'm kind of wiped out today because the weather's been really yucky. And so it's just, you know how the rainy weather makes you feel. And my kitty cat is in here, and I forgot to get her out before I started, and here she is. So she is a fluff ball. So this is Lizzie, and she's a mess, and she loves to crawl all over my projects. She only wants to be around me when I'm actually working on my stamping projects or I'm working on my laptop. That's the only time she wants to be around me. So so she knows I must be doing something fun, so she just came in here to interrupt. So I'm going to, give me 1 second, I'm going to take her out. I think she did. She's been very clingy, Brenda. She missed us, but we had the best cat sitter ever that took care of her. So, oops, she's tearing my shirt up. Okay, go have fun, kitty. Okay. And I still have the boot on my foot, so running around is not not the easiest to do. But anyway, okay. So, yeah, so we just got back from Charleston, and I'm a little tired, so I just thought I'd do some really easy projects first. And I don't have cards to make tonight, but I've got some things that I've been working on for a craft fair that I've got next weekend. And so I thought I might show you some of those because this is something that you might want to make. So we will look at those. Let's see what else is going on in Stampin' Up World. We still have our mini catalog going on, so don't forget about that. And I think that's about it right now. Brenda, help me out if I'm forgetting something, but I think that's it. But I'm going to go ahead and turn my camera down and start working on some projects so that we don't take up too much of your time, but I think you're going to really like this one. It's really fun. So hang on just 1 second while I get things adjusted. If I can do this. Let me see if I can flip my phone around here. I always grab it the wrong way. Sorry for my hand in the camera. There we go. Boy. All right, let's see. Let's get this rotated. I don't have my reading glasses on yet. There we go. Let's see if we can get this over here. There we go, that's better. I need to move my paper just a little bit. So we're centered a little bit better. I think that looks pretty good. Okie doke. So this is a little project I'm going to show you how to make tonight, and we're going to make one we're going to make it with Christmas paper. But this is just a little origami fold. It's super easy. It's a little tea and honey and with a little tiny stir spoon. So isn't that just adorable? And I made this with our cute Halloween designer series paper. And so these projects just take 6x6 paper. So this is a 6x6 stack of paper, but you can always cut down our 12x12. You can cut it down to 6x6. So you would get four of these out of one sheet of 12x12 paper. Okay, so I will show you just how easy it is to make this little guy. I'm going to set him aside, and I'm just going to pull in, this is the same paper that I used on our card from last week, and this is the watercolor, let me look and see, let me give you the right name, Watercolor Christmas, I believe. Painted Christmas, sorry, it's Painted Christmas. That's it's a 12x12 pack of paper, and so I just cut this piece to 6x6. And so let me show you how to fold this. Now this is a no adhesive project, so even better. And let me see, where did my bone folder go? Here we go. So you want to have a bone folder. It really does help. And you just want to look at your two sides of paper, and you want to decide which paper do you want on the outside and which do you want that's going to be like this little flap that's folded down here. Okay, so this is going to be my inside paper because I really like this other pattern here. So all you're going to do is fold your points. I'm going to have to put my glasses on. I can't see very well. I keep pretending like I can work without these glasses on, but I really just can't. All right, so you're just going to match your points up here, and then I just press straight down and then out to the side. And then I bring my bone folder in and do that. Okay, so that's the first step. So we turn it this way. Now the next part is going to stress some people out because you just freehand this. And I know that's stressful, but you're just going to bring one of these flaps up, and I just eyeball it. You can bring it all the way over, or you can leave it just a little bit away, and that's what I do. I leave it's just probably not even a quarter of an inch. It just gives you just a touch more room. And then you bring this other arm, what I would call it, and you just match it up, and you press down, and then you give it a good crease with your bone folder. So then I just go back over everything really good with my bone folder. Okay, and now you're just going to take this one flap here, and you're going to pull down, and then again with the bone folder, and that is all it takes to make this little pouch. That's it. So easy. Now I had some holiday tea, but I put it away. So I'm just going to use this chai tea again, which the chai is really good. It smells wonderful. Now I'm going to put this tea in. I'm not going to put it all the way down because then you can't see what kind it is. So I'm going to put it right here, but I'm going to use some glue dots just to make sure that it stays where I want it to. And so I'm just going to maybe pick up 2 little glue dots here on the bottom. And that's all I have to do for that. And then I'm going to tuck it in right where I want it to sit, and then I'm going to press it down. So now it's gonna stay tucked in there. Now I got this little package of honey sticks. You can get them on Amazon, but I found these at World Market, and they're really good. It's very good honey, actually. And then I'm just going to tuck this right down behind here. Now that little glue dot's kind of getting in my way. I put it a little too far over to the side, but that's okay. So I'm going to tuck this little stick of honey back here. And then I got these little pack of spoons from Michael's. And I'm just going to take one of these and then tuck it in the side. And there you go. And it's going to bother me that honey's doing that. So I'm just going to have to move it. That little glue dot. Put your glue dots down a little bit towards the center more. Now there we go. That's what I want it to look like. And then once you get it there, you can press down, and that will kind of hold that honey in place. And that's all there is to it. This would make a great little gift for a teacher or a party favor. Now the last thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna make a little tag for it. And I really couldn't find, I really liked how on this this Halloween one, it's a nice tiny little tag, but I couldn't find one small enough for the Christmas. So I'm gonna make one, and if I don't like it, I won't use it. It's that simple. But I'm gonna bring in my mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss, and I am going to use, I think I'm gonna use this Cherry Cobbler paper. So I'm going to grab a little scrap of Cherry Cobbler from my scrap drawer, or actually, let's see, I think that may be Real Red. Yeah, I think that is. So I'm just gonna cut a little scrap here because I don't need much. So a piece there, and then I'll need, let's see, a little piece of Whisper White, a little scrap. And of course the scraps are never where you want them to be. Alright, I think this piece will do. So I'm going to use, this is the stamp set Encircled in Warmth from our mini catalog. And so I'm going to use this Joyful Season right down here because it's the smallest one that I think will work. And so, and I'm not gonna put my sticker on it. And one thing, actually, let's see. Yeah, I think it'll work. If not, I'll just stamp it again. So I need some Real Red ink. Alrighty, so we're just going to ink this up. There we go. And let's see. Now I'm using my layered circles here, and I've already kind of picked out the ones. The way I did it was I just took my circle and just laid it over here. That's how I knew what I can't really tell you. They don't really have sizes on them. I wish they were lettered or numbered or something. So I just picked it up and laid it over there, and that's how I figured out which one I needed. And so I've got my mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine here, and I'm going to put that there. And because it's kind of a tight fit, I'm going to take a piece of my Post-it tape and put this on here so that it doesn't slide around once it goes through the machine. Hopefully that will hold it in place. Now I'm also going to cut my piece of red at the same time. So make our sandwich, and then we just run it through. Whoops. Our mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. There we go. Trying not to lose these circles. I am terrible about putting my dies back in place, and then I lose my dies, and that is never, ever, ever a good thing. So I'm trying to remember to get those back on there. Okay, so those layer just like that. Now you could, and I didn't want to take the time, but you could have taken your markers and you could have colored in these with some green, and that would have been really pretty to do that extra detail. If you're making a bunch of these, you may not want to do that. That might be a little bit more time than you have, but if you have the time, it is a great detail. So I'm just going to layer these together. And then I'm going to just put those, I'm not going to use a dimensional, and I'm only going to put it on the top half of it because it's just a little, I don't want it to be too tight down there, if that makes sense. So there is my little treat, and of course I want to put some rhinestones on here. So, and it's so funny, let me tell you, on this one, we have some matte black dots, and I couldn't find them. I couldn't find anything black, and I wanted to use black on here. And I didn't have anything, so you know what I did with these? I took my my rhinestones, just my plain rhinestones, and I took a black Sharpie. Now, if you have the Stampin' Blends, you could use our black Stampin' Blends, but you can also just use a black Sharpie. And that's how I made those black rhinestones on my Halloween. So, if you can see that. So you can use your Sharpies. If you have a bunch of Sharpies, you can use those. You can get these, our basic rhinestone gems, and then you can make them any color that you want. Now we do have holiday gems, and I have, like you can see, they're well used. I've used them for all different projects, so I don't think I see a color that I need on here, of course. So I will make some with a Stampin' Blend. Actually, I want green ones. So I think I need some shaded spruce. So I have my dark shaded spruce Stampin' Blends, which again, these are alcohol markers. And so I want to bring some of that green, since my label is red, I want to bring some of the green in. And we'll just do 3. Remember, in design, you always want to do odd numbers. It's more pleasing to the eye, so I always try to keep it odd. And then I've got my take your pick tool, and we'll just pop these anywhere. There we go. Alrighty. Thanks, Taylor. I'm glad you like it. Now, what I'm going to do for the craft fair, and what you could do too if you're going to give these as a gift, is this is just our clear envelope, and these come in a pack of 50, and they're $6. It's very reasonable. And I'm just going to tuck these down into the clear envelope, pull it off, and then fold it down so that it's tight. And that's my little treat. And so I'll have these for my craft fair. Now these, like I said, these would be great to give to teachers, or if you wanted to have some, you know, we have a lot of adults that go trick-or-treating now, it seems like, and so if you wanted to have something to give the adults, then you could do this too. You could put a business card down in there. You could make these just little favors for anything to advertise a business. And there is our Halloween one. So there you go. I thought those turned out really cute, and they're very reasonable, very inexpensive. Also at World Market, they have the Twinings tea. They have a holiday line of teas, and there is, they have one that's called Holiday Berry, one that's called Christmas Tea, one that's called Winter Spice, and that one's my favorite. It's got apple and cinnamon and cloves and things like that. Gingerbread Joy. And then I found one on Amazon that's also called Peppermint Cheer. That one was not at World Market. But anyway, so there are our little holiday tea and honey treats. I think this turned out, I was afraid this was going to be too big, but I like it. I think it turned out pretty good. So there we go. Now I've got another little project to show you real quick, and we're going to use, I think I'm going to use this paper because I think that's really cute, but I've got to grab something real quick around the other side of my table. So hang on just a second. Oh no. Oh dear. Well, it's gone. Somebody has raided my chocolate stash, and my chocolate bar is gone that I was going to use. Okay, so let's see. Moving on. What are we going to do instead? I hate it when that happens, but I can show you. So this is a springier version of what I was going to make, but this is just for a Hershey's chocolate bar. Let me see if I have one. Nope. I usually have chocolate stashed all over my room, and I think I know I had a little chocolate thief in here But anyway, so this is what it is. It's really cute, super, super easy to make, and I'll just show you how to do one. And then we will imagine together putting a chocolate bar in here. But it fits the Hershey's chocolate bars perfectly. Now what I'm going to do, this is again a 6x6 piece of paper. And I'm going to turn it over so you decide which ones are outside. This is going to be my outside, and my pattern is going this way. Again, it's 6x6. But we're going to put adhesive down one side, so if I were to do it this way, then my pattern will be going the wrong way. Well, I guess it depends on how you're going to put a label on here or whatever. So if you wanted to, so this one, since my label is going this way, I might want my paper to be this way. Does that make sense? I hope I'm not confusing you. I might be confusing myself. It'll work out either way. So let me get oriented again. Okay, so I'm going to do it this way. So I'm just going to take a piece of our tear and tape and run it straight down the edge. And then it is so easy to do that. Now I'm also just going to burnish and get the air bubbles out of this tape. Makes it easier to remove. And then I'm also just going to put a piece in the middle here. It does have to be a small piece. It's just going to keep the bottom together. We're going to fold the sides in towards the middle, so it doesn't have to be the whole length of that paper. You don't want to use up your tear and tape if you don't need to. Alright, so I've got my take your pick tool, and this is the way I do it. I just pull that tape off right there and then pull that tape off. And now all you're going to do is just eyeball this. You're going to fold it about halfway in, and you're not going to press down the side. That's the big thing. You don't want to press down. And then you're going to fold over. Now you've got this, it's about 1/4 of an inch, where you can see the tape shining there. So you've got about 1/4 of an inch, and you just fold over, leaving that space for that 1/4 of an inch. And then you're not going to press on the sides, but you are going to press down the center. And then I'm going to come back in with my bone folder, and what this does is just gets those air bubbles out, so you have really good sticky, and it's not going to come apart. And then now you have a little pouch on all you have to do is tuck your Hershey's candy bar right down in there. Either the almond bar or the chocolate bar will fit in there. And then once you're done, and if you're just joining, I had a chocolate thief in my room, so I don't have the chocolate bar to put in the pouch. I'm so embarrassed, it's crazy. But I'm going to also, just to close it, so once you get your chocolate bar in there, you want to make sure it's not going to fall out. So I've got this, I love this black glittery ribbon, and so I'm going to just kind of pull it up here, make sure I have enough to tie a bow, and snip that off. Now you could make any kind of tag to go on this. I don't have a lot of Halloween. Actually, I have one Halloween stamp, and that's because it came in this this set here, so I only have that little boo stamp there. I just don't make Halloween stuff. I don't know why. But these would be great little treats to give to friends, office workers, co-workers, teachers, teachers' assistants. You know, I work at a school, so I'm all about that. Our custodians, they always need treats because they are working like dogs right now. I'm telling you what. So anything to kind of give them a little treat. Pull my bow. This is not the best bow I've ever done. Not the worst. Okay, and so once you get that, then you can just trim up your tails, and you have a super cute pouch for a Hershey's chocolate bar. This is the full-size Hershey's chocolate bar that would go in there. And then you can make a tag. You can tie the tag on here, have it dangling off, or you could actually attach the tag like I did with this one. And I've just got it attached with dimensionals, and so my dimensionals are here and here so that my ribbon, it doesn't affect my ribbon moving. And so then all I have to do is untie the tie, and then they can pull out their chocolate bar. So that's another little treat you can do. I'm going to be doing these for the craft fair also. So just to show you again, these, we've got the tea treats, tea and honey treats, and then we've got our chocolate bar treats. All right, so that's what we've got, and I hope you liked those. Super easy to do. And now I want to show you, I want to kind of transition a little bit. I want to show you one of our Stampin' Up, one of our kits, collection kits. So when you get a kit from Stampin' Up, like I said, everything is included in it. The kits are on, you're not going to find them in our catalog. There's an advertisement for them in there, but the kits are just kind of a rolling stock thing. So they're going to have them in stock, and then when those sell out, they'll put new kits in. So if you see a kit that you like, you're going to want to grab that kit pretty quickly. We did find out these kits were wildly popular when they first came out, and so Stampin' Up! Did decide to restock the kits from the initial introduction of the kit collection because they were so popular, much more than they realized they would be. I think in the future they're not going to be restocked. So let's just open up one of these kits and let's check it out. Now this one, this is the kit. Whoops, it's upside down. And these are the cards. You're going to make 3 of each card. So you'll have 9 cards all together. This kit is great because if you just want to feel like you're accomplished, you've done something handmade, this kit is great because there's no stamping involved. So if this kit did have stamping, you would also have a little photopolymer stamp set, and you would also get a clear acrylic block and a Stampin' Spot, ink spot. And I can show you what that looks like. Let's see here. So this is what our Stampin' Spots look like. So in our kits, you get one of these. We have re-inkers, so you could re-ink this and keep on using it. They're really great, and they're great to travel with. So let's open up this kit, and I'm going to make this kit for you guys, just so you can see how easy it is. This kit is $12. So for $12, you're going to make 9 cards with coordinating envelopes and all the materials that you need. These are the little gems that go with it. So we've got envelopes that have coordinating liners, and they've got a really pretty scalloped edge. I love that. And if you have coordinating stamps, things you wanted to use, you could totally add to that. Now these are the sentiments. We have English, French, and German, I believe. So what I usually do is I usually just go ahead and punch everything out that I'm going to use. So I punch out my English sentiments, and those have got some little pieces there. If you have any questions about the kits, I'm going to try to keep an eye on the questions, so let me know. Now we've got a really cute Santa tag kit that I just ordered. It was out of stock the other day, but it's back in stock now, and it makes these adorable Christmas tags. And so I'm getting ready to get a couple of those because it also comes, there's a project kit that comes with some treat bags, and so you can fill the little treat bags, and I make peanut brittle every year, and so I'm going to make peanut brittle and put that in my treat bags and give that away. Okay, so I've got those, and then here are my English sentiments for this piece. Now I have made this kit already. I've already made 1 set of these, and I actually ordered 3 more because I liked the cards in them so much. And I don't think I'm going to use this sentiment here, just I don't know why. I just decided after seeing it that I'm probably not going to use that one. And then again, and usually when they're like this, you can kind of stack them up and then punch them all out at one time, and that's usually what I do. So you see how easy these punch out. And then if you have somebody that speaks French that you wanted to send a card to, or German, you could do that. And I think we might have Dutch on there as well. I can't remember. So I've got all my pieces punched out. That was super easy. Now we also have, this is the directions page, so this shows you what the cards are supposed to look like. And please, you can make these however you want to. You do not have to make them the way the directions show. But then this picture shows you everything that is included in the kit. And then these are the full color directions of how to put the cards together. And they are super easy to do. So let's go ahead and get started. So this is a really pretty laser cut piece with these butterflies, and it's going to layer over top of this kind of like a tie-dyed piece. I love that. Now we've also got some kits, because Stampin' Up! Was really wanting to get this kit program going quickly. They brought back some very popular paper pumpkin kits, and this is the only time that they're doing that. They're not going to be bringing back past paper pumpkin kits on a regular basis. So for people who get paper pumpkins, some people were kind of worried about that, but that's not going to be the case. So no need to worry about that. But if there were some of those paper pumpkin kits that you liked and you didn't get in on, they are there and available. There's a cute one that has the seashells, and it has a little pouch so you can carry them with you. And they make just the cutest thing. You could put a business card inside the envelope. That's the size of the card, so it's not a very it's just a tiny little, like a gift enclosure card. And I made those, and I had a bunch of them. I think I made 2 or 3 of those kits, and I would keep them. And when I would go to a restaurant, if I had a really good waiter or waitress, I would write a little positive note in there, and then put their tip inside that little envelope so that they had a little positive note and a tip. And they were really cute. I loved them. They had like sand dollars and palm trees, and they were really cute. So these are the dimensionals that come in the kit. You can, I don't know if there's a right way or a wrong way to put these on, but I'm just putting them on. And so I put a dimensional at each corner, and then I put a couple just in the center just to keep it up there. It's however you want to do it. You can put as many on there as you want. You may run out if you get too excited with them and put a ton on there, so be careful about that. But you should have plenty. And so once you do that, then you just peel the backing off, and then you center. And so usually when I do these cards, I do the same step repeatedly. So I'm putting this piece on first, and then I will go back and add the sentiment. Let's see. Oh yeah, hey Melanie, thanks for answering that too, Brenda. Yes, so all the kits, you'll look under products and then kit collection, and they are great. It's lots of really cute kits, and this would make a great gift for somebody, especially this one that requires no stamping. It would be a super easy gift to give somebody. It's $12. It's a really good price point for a gift. So if you know somebody that's into crafting, a child, if you've got a child that likes to craft, this kit would be really great. We have a couple other kits also that don't have any stamping, so you can look at those and see. All right, so I've got those 3 cards done, and then if we look at the directions, we'll see that's where that little green sentiment goes, and then a couple of the little gems go on there. So I will take my dimensionals, and these are the mini dimensionals, so these are tiny, but they are the exact same dimensionals that we sell in our catalog, so they are good quality. All right, now let's see. I did these different direction than what they did, so I wasn't paying attention. Let me pop these little circles out. So I'm going to move mine. And I will tell you, once you get these kits, if you go onto Pinterest and type the name of the kit, and then search alternates, add alternates at the end of it, you're going to find where people who are the non-rule followers and who love to create things differently, they will they post their ideas on Pinterest and show you different ways to take the same materials that are in the kit and then make different projects with them. Sometimes they'll make gift card holders, or they'll make boxes. It's amazing how creative people are and what they do with these kits. And so I definitely encourage you to, if you get one, to get on Pinterest and see the alternate ideas that people come up with. Also, if you're not sure about a kit, if you want it, then check out the alternate ideas. If you think the kit's like, well, maybe not, but then you see some alternate ideas that are really cute, that might be a great way to get sold on a kit, is to see the alternate ideas that people have come up with, because they really are so creative, and I am always so thankful that people share those ideas. Whoops. Okay, these things are so sticky, which is a good thing. All right, there we go. Okay, so now I'm going to take these pretty little gems, and I'm just going to put some randomly. And there's plenty of them on here. So usually I'll just kind of start with 3, and then when I get done, if I've got extra, I might go back and add some extra ones afterwards. Let's see. Now you can see I've got 3 of my cards from this kit. I've got 3 cards done. And this is one of my favorite cards. I love this. I love that background, that rainbow blended background. I think that's just beautiful. Now, when after I get these done, so this card, it shows, and you can mix these up however you want to. When I get these done, the way I'm storing my cards recently is I've just been putting them like this so that I can see, I've got them tucked in with the envelope that they belong, but then I can still see what the card is. It's not, the whole card is not stuffed down into the envelope, and then I can just put them in my little container that I keep my cards in, like that, and I can fold the flap down if I wanted to also. But that way I know what cards I have created, and I don't have to pull them out of the card and in and out and kind of, get a little wear and tear on the cards that way. Okay, so next is, I'm going to do this card. So this is just a white card base. So I'm going to go ahead, like I said, I try to do the same thing over and over. That's just kind of a way to keep your stamping and your crafting efficient. And just in case, so since we didn't score these come pre-scored, so people always ask, which way does the scoring go? So when you look at the card, there's going to be one side that has an indentation or a valley, and then the other side's going to have it's going to be raised up, a bump or a mountain is what I call it. And so the trick for me is, how I remember it, is the mountain goes to the middle. So if the mountain's in the middle, I'm going to fold it so that the mountain stays in the middle. So that's what works for me. Maybe that'll help you as well. Okay, so for this piece, we've got these really pretty laser cut pieces for this card. So there's 3 of them. Look how pretty those are. Now, one thing about our Paper Pumpkin kits, so Paper Pumpkin, the difference between our kits and Paper Pumpkin is that Paper Pumpkin is a monthly subscription, and it comes once a month. They bill you on the 10th of the month, and then let's see, this one actually is going to go flat, I believe. I'm talking, I'm trying to craft and talk, and sometimes that's not always the best plan. I'll get back to Paper Pumpkin in just one second. I want to show you. Now, these are our adhesive dots that come in with these kits, and they can be a little tricky. So I tend to just keep my own adhesive and just use the adhesive that comes with it. But if you want to use these dots, they're really good. They're very strong. And so I use my Take Your Pick tool, and I just pick that up and then it still has the backing on it, and then I just press it down in place. And this is actually good for this one because this is a small little spot to put these in. And so I'm going to put that down, and then again, if you'll just press really kind of hard, you want to make sure it stays on there, and then you can use the point of this little tool to pop it off. Now this little tool is called Take Your Pick tool. It's $11, and it's something I use it every single time I make a card. Every time. So it is definitely a valuable tool. My things that I always have to have are my paper snips, my bone folder, and my Take Your Pick tool. Now if you wanted to, you could put a couple more on there, but you don't really need to do that. And so then you're just going to center this and press those four corners down. Okay, and so we've got that, and I'm again, like I said, I always try to repeat my same process. Kind of helps keep me on track. Okay, so now that I got that going, I can go back to Paper Pumpkin. So Paper Pumpkin is very much like our kit collection, except that it's a monthly subscription. You can pause your subscription at any time. You can cancel it at any time. You can restart it at any time. But the great thing about Paper Pumpkin, or the fun thing I think, is we never know exactly the full kit. We don't know, we get hints about things, what colors might be in there or the theme, but we don't know exactly what's going to be in there. So sometimes it's going to be cards. 9 times out of 10 it's going to be a card project. Every now and then you're going to have some gift projects, some little gift card holders or some little treat holders. So back in September, I think, we got these cute little treat holders that looked like apples and pumpkins, and they were just adorable. And then as a bonus, the box could be made into a little wheelbarrow to hold those treats in when you were done. But we didn't know exactly what we were going to get until it showed up in our mailbox. And I love the surprise factor of Paper Pumpkin. I just think that's fun. It's $22 a month, I believe. And it's just so much fun. And then again, like I told you about the alternates, there's Facebook groups for Paper Pumpkin lovers. Paper Pumpkin Fan Club, I think, is the one that's the biggest one. And people post their alternate projects all the time, and it is amazing what people do with those kits, the alternate ideas that they come up with. So you can, there's a lot of times that I'll think, I'm not crazy about this one maybe, but then I'll look at the alternate ideas, I'm like, oh man, I wish I'd gotten 2 of these kits because they are so cute. Okay, so I've got my background pieces on these 3, and so the next thing I need to do is to put my sentiments on here, which is this great big little note of cheer. Now the directions show this other little piece here, and this little piece, it's hard to read, but it says, I'm here for you today and always. So I've already made one set of cards with that on there, and so with this one I just wanted it to say a little note of cheer. That leaves it a little bit more generic, so depending on the circumstance or why I'm sending the card, I think it's just a little bit more open. And so I'm just putting 4 dimensionals across there. And then I'm going to center this, I hope. There we go. Yeah, Brenda, I just saw your comment about the French. Yes, I do try to make sure that I pull out the English sentiments, although sometimes the French sentiments are phrases that people would know well enough that if you put a French phrase on there, it might be kind of cool. Oh man, these suckers are so sticky. Okay, so if you have any questions about the kits or the Paper Pumpkin, let me know. If you'd like to subscribe to Paper Pumpkin and try it out, like I said, you can cancel at any time, or if there's a month, if say you got some that are backed up and you think, oh, well, I need to pause this for a minute, you can totally pause your subscription and then start it back up when you're ready. So when you get your first kit with Paper Pumpkin, you get an acrylic block, and then, whoops, I got a dimensional back here. And then every kit after that, you don't have an acrylic block because you get the one the first time, and so you just hang on to that acrylic block and you keep using it every time with each kit that you get. And so I have kind of like my own little tool kit, and I keep that with me, so whenever I'm making my Paper Pumpkin kits, I have my little tools. So it's usually my take your pick tool, it's my paper snips, it's my bone folder, and I have a regular like a big thick acrylic block that I keep with mine. And I travel, like we traveled this weekend. We went to Raleigh, North Carolina and stayed with some friends, and then we traveled on to Charleston, and I took a couple Paper Pumpkin kits with me, and I did those kits while we were traveling, and I had my little toolbox, and it was perfect. And I was able to complete a couple of my Paper Pumpkin kits. All right, so now it's time to throw some sparkle on this card, or these cards. Anywhere, you could put them just wherever you want to. And I'm going to do that. These are really pretty rhinestones. They're just like iridescent. So now I've completed 6 of my cards. And so again, just to show you how I store them, I just go ahead once I'm done, then I put them down in my envelope like this. Yes, Melanie, we need lots of glitter. Now I could throw some glitter on here. I've always got glitter. Wink of Stella is a great thing to keep in your toolkit also, because anytime you need to add a little bit of bling, you can just throw some Wink of Stella on there. Okay, now this I think is my favorite card in this kit, and it's this butterfly. It's this die cut butterfly, and it's just adorable. I sent this out to a friend last week, actually sent one of these out. And so this one is the easiest one of all to put together. So I've got them folded. And then we have, this is the little sentiment for this card. Now, of course, you could mix and match these however you want to. Now, one thing with this is when you put the sentiment on here, you want to make sure that you're not getting your dimensional too far to the edge so that it's hanging off of there. So just come in a little bit when you do it. And then I think I'm just going to do 3 on this one. And you know what? It doesn't even bother me that there's no stamping, because I think these cards are so pretty. Now this one, I think it would be really pretty to come in here and do some Wink of Stella inside these little, the little wings. Oh, make sure your sentiment is straight. That would be probably pretty helpful. Okay, so there's that. So you can see we've been on here, I'm trying to see how long we've been on here. It's telling me. But less than an hour. Actually, about 45 minutes. And I did some other stamping first. And now I have just about completed this card kit. So super easy to do. I love it. Sometimes I get into it and then I'm like, ah, it's so quiet. I think there's, Brenda, there's the Santa tag kit, and then there's the whimsical, is it Whimsical Christmas? Is there just the 2 Christmas ones? I think that's correct. There may be 3 actually, but I can't remember. And then I'll show you in just a second the Paper Pumpkin that we got. The other great thing about being a Paper Pumpkin subscriber is when I think it's the Monday after the 20th of the month. If there are extra Paper Pumpkins, then as a subscriber, you have first dibs on the extras. Now, if you're not a subscriber, you cannot get the extra Paper Pumpkin kits. So when you go, if you go look at our website, and you'll see where you can see what paper pumpkin kits are available. Sometimes it's just the refill, which means there's no stamp set and there's no ink spot. So if you see that on there, that's what that means. If it's just a refill, you're only getting the consumable materials. You're not getting the stamp or the ink spot. But once you click to put that in your cart, it's going to ask you for your email address that's connected with your Paper Pumpkin account. And so that is one of the perks of being a Paper Pumpkin subscriber, is that you get to order refills when they're left over. And sometimes there are full kits, so it just depends. And this one, so I've got my cards in here. All right, so I have completed that entire kit. I love it. So there's that one. Let's see. Here is this card. And then here is this one. So I've got 9 cards and probably in about 30 minutes I love it. Oh, I haven't opened the October Paper Pumpkin, Brenda. I'm so excited to get it. And then the next one, we have the hints that we have for the November Paper Pumpkin, is that it's going to be treat boxes. And it looks like they might be snowman related treat boxes. So here is my October Paper Pumpkin. And sometimes the boxes have special themes, and this one has this beautiful tree theme. So when you get a Paper Pumpkin kit, this is what it looks like when you open it up. You have your Stampin' Spot. This is shaded spruce, and then you have your acrylic stamp set. And these stamps are great. Let me show you. I have this box here. Now this is how I store my Paper Pumpkin stamps. I store them in our clear envelope, and I've got this box which is bulging. So these are all the Paper Pumpkin stamps that I have from the past. And so they're great if you need to go back and use them. Sometimes we have really good sentiments in here, and so you'll want to save your Paper Pumpkin stamps so that you can use them, and that's just how I store mine. So this is the stamp set that comes with, here it is. So Merry Christmas, Peaceful Christmas Wishes, Holiday Cheer, let's see, sending you peace and joy all year long. So those are really great sentiments. And so sometimes there'll be an advertisement for the next kit, or showing you, this one actually shows you some different ways that you can use coordinating products from our catalogs. Yep, Brenda, this one coordinates with the Peaceful Cabin. Brenda just did some cards with that recently. And then it's always, oh my goodness. Oh, wow. Ugh, I can't get it out. Let's flip it over. So there it is. That is gorgeous. Holy cow. And so this is going to make Christmas cards. Hey, Mom. You should have, I don't know if you started your Paper Pumpkin back again, but these cards are gorgeous. You could have handmade your cards. Oh, look at the envelopes too. Got this, the metallic silver on the envelopes. So those are really pretty. Goodness. Let's see. And then we've got some die cut pieces. Noel. And then you've got your card bases. Oh wow, these are gorgeous. And so these are they've got the designs on both sides. And then it leaves, it's nice and white inside, so it makes it easy to write your messages on the inside. And so then you've also got all these die cut pieces. Now I will say, here lately, Stampin' Up! Has been super generous, and I always have tons of extra die cut pieces that I can use for other cards. And here's some vellum. These are some vellum trees that you'll punch out and put on there. So this is what Paper Pumpkin looks like. And then here's, oh, these are pretty. Some sparkly gems to put on there. So if you missed out on this Paper Pumpkin kit, I'm so sorry. But if you start your subscription now and we have extras, then you will be able to get refill kits from them. So that's good. And then you'll be able to get in on the November kit. So you have to subscribe by the 10th of the month. So by November 10th, which is coming up. So we always have on the back, this is all the pieces that are in your kit. These are some alternate projects that they show you that you can do. Here's a code you can scan to get to a video on how to put these together. And then, of course, the front shows you what they envision the cards being. Of course, you can put these together however you want to. And then there's full color directions now showing you how to put together. And if you haven't noticed, at the bottom there is a ruler. So sometimes it'll tell you to cut your ribbon to a certain length. And so you've got a ruler down here on the bottom of every kit too that shows you, it helps you cut your items to the right size. Okay, so that's all I had for you guys tonight. I hope you've enjoyed that. And I'll pull these treat packages back in here real quick. So this is what we did at the top. I know we have people who pop in and out, so just to recap, these are some little tea and honey treats that I made. This is just 6x6 piece of cards, designer series paper, and there is no adhesive involved in putting these together. It's just like an origami fold, and then I just tucked a tea bag, a little honey stick, and a little tasting spoon. These are the little spoons that I got from Michael's. And then I got this pack of honey sticks. And so I'm making these for craft fair. And they're super easy to put together. And then I just put them down in one of our clear envelopes to kind of protect them and keep them safe. And then these were chocolate bar pouches. And this fits a full-size Hershey bar, either the almond one or the milk chocolate one. And so this is one I had done before. And then here's one that I did with a Halloween theme. And you can always put some kind of tag on here if you want to. You don't have to. You can just leave them like this. If you wanted to, you could kind of turn your bow so your bow's down here a little bit more. And then whenever they want to go and eat it, they just slide the bow off and pop the chocolate bar out. So that's what we did. I hope you guys enjoyed seeing those projects. Let me know in the comments what you would like to see in the future. I've got ideas, but I always want to know what you guys want to see. So let me know that. And I will see you next Wednesday night at 8 o'clock for another Facebook Live. If you have any questions in the meantime, please feel free to leave me a Facebook message. You can email me at brandy@brandyrude.com, or you can send me you can just leave a comment on the video, and I will be happy to get with you and help you with any of your needs. If you need help placing an order, just let me know and I can help you with that as well. So thanks for watching, and I will see you next week.